What's going on, folks? We're back. Now I'm going to be playing as Nick Jr. characters on Hunger Games Simulator. Let's find out which one of these is going to walk away as the winner. Are you ready? Let's begin, shall we? I'm warning you, home viewers, this is not made for kids. Okay, let's begin.
As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Austin runs away from the cornucopia. Diego sets Kai Lan on fire with a Molotov. ISA runs away from the cornucopia. Piper takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Baby Jaguar runs away from the cornucopia. Map and Tico fight for a bag. Map gives up and retreats. Tasha scares Pablo away from the cornucopia. Dora takes a handful of throwing knives. Molly runs away from the cornucopia. Gil runs away from the cornucopia. Swiper runs away with a lighter and some rope. Tyrone runs into the cornucopia and hides. Boots finds a canteen full of water. Face runs away from the cornucopia. Grumpy Old Troll runs away from the cornucopia. Backpack runs away from the cornucopia. Rescue Pack runs away from the cornucopia. Big Red Chicken finds a bag full of explosives. Uniqua runs away with a lighter and some rope. Benny grabs a shovel. Alicia takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Diego receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Tasha, Grumpy Old Troll, Baby Jaguar, and ISA raid Molly's camp while she is hunting. Map camouflages himself in the bushes. Gil steals from Tyrone while he isn't looking. Alicia, Rescue Pack, Austin, Boots, and Swiper hunt for other tributes. Benny diverts Uniqua's attention and runs away. Dora receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Big Red Chicken, Face, Tico, and Backpack raid Pablo's camp while he is hunting. Piper searches for firewood.
My, oh my.
Tyrone, ISA, Austin, and Swiper sleep in shifts. Map and Tico tell stories about themselves to each other. Uniqua forces Dora to kill Face or Tasha. She decides to kill Face. Rescue Pack cooks his food before putting his fire out. Pablo defeats Baby Jaguar in a fight, but spares his life. Alicia forces Boots to kill Backpack or Grumpy Old Troll. He decides to kill Backpack. Big Red Chicken and Molly tell stories about themselves to each other. Piper starts a fire. Benny, Gil, and Diego sleep in shifts. Diego picks flowers. Big Red Chicken searches for a water source. Molly dies from hunger. Map makes a wooden spear. Grumpy Old Troll and Pablo split up to search for resources. Tasha repeatedly stabs Alicia to death with Sayus. Piper questions his sanity. Tico and Tyrone hunt for other tributes. ISA chases Dora. Austin chases Gil. Uniqua fishes. Boots unknowingly eats toxic berries. Baby Jaguar severely injures Rescue Pack, but puts him out of his misery. Benny and Swiper work together for the day.
OMG.
Tasha, Benny, Uniqua, Gil, and Piper sleep in shifts. Swiper, ISA, and Dora cheerfully sing songs together. Grumpy Old Troll, Tico, Map, Pablo, and Tyrone sleep in shifts. Diego receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Baby Jaguar and Big Red Chicken hold hands. Austin thinks about home. Diego and Pablo work together for the day. Benny injures himself. Baby Jaguar, Austin, Map, Big Red Chicken, and Tyrone hunt for other tributes. Tasha is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Swiper tries to spear fish with a trident. Dora defeats Uniqua in a fight, but spares her life. Piper, Grumpy Old Troll, Gil, and Tico track down and kill ISA. Tyrone falls into a pit and dies. Baby Jaguar forces Tico to kill Map or Tasha. He decides to kill Tasha. Grumpy old troll lets Big Red Chicken into his shelter. Diego receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Dora tries to treat her infection. Swiper fends Piper, Benny, and Gil away from his fire. Uniqua cries herself to sleep. Austin attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Pablo stays awake all night. Grumpy old troll scares Diego off. Baby Jaguar explores the arena. Map injures himself. Uniqua goes hunting. Benny spears Piper in the abdomen. Swiper steals from Tico while he isn't looking. Gil discovers a cave. Big Red Chicken searches for firewood. Pablo diverts Dora's attention and runs away. Austin dies of dysentery.
My oh my.
Tico thinks about home. Benny cooks his food before putting his fire out. Map and Uniqua run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Baby Jaguar and Swiper fight Big Red Chicken and Dora. Baby Jaguar and Swiper survive. Grumpy old troll climbs a tree to rest. Diego begs for Pablo to kill him. He refuses, keeping Diego alive. Gil questions his sanity. Grumpy old troll constructs a shack. Pablo picks flowers. Baby Jaguar sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Benny searches for a water source. Tico chases Gil. Swiper discovers a cave. Diego runs away from Map. Uniqua questions her sanity.
Oh my.
Swiper forces Uniqua to kill Diego or Benny. She decides to kill Diego. Tico loses sight of where he is. Pablo tends to his wounds. Grumpy old troll and Baby Jaguar hold hands. Map quietly hums. Gil sees a fire, but stays hidden. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Map decides not to go to the feast. Pablo decides not to go to the feast. Uniqua decides not to go to the feast. Grumpy old troll stuffs a bundle of dry clothing into a backpack before sprinting away. Swiper decides not to go to the feast. Baby Jaguar decides not to go to the feast. Benny decides not to go to the feast. Gil decides not to go to the feast. Tico decides not to go to the feast. Pablo receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Tico makes a slingshot. Baby Jaguar steals from Gil while he isn't looking. Grumpy old troll makes a slingshot. Map scares Swiper off. Uniqua receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Benny searches for a water source.
My oh my.
Baby Jaguar tends to his wounds. Swiper tends to his wounds. Benny and Pablo huddle for warmth. Tico and Uniqua track down and kill Gil. Map severely injures Grumpy old troll and leaves him to die.
Man, oh man.
Tico fishes. Pablo searches for a water source. Map, Baby Jaguar, Uniqua, Benny, and Swiper hunt for other tributes.
Keep the darn thing going.
Pablo and Map talk about the tributes still alive. Baby Jaguar tends to Swiper's wounds. Uniqua is awoken by nightmares. Benny receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Tico thinks about winning. Tico injures himself. Uniqua and Benny threaten a double suicide. It fails and they die. Swiper defeats Map in a fight, but spares his life. Pablo sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Baby Jaguar picks flowers.
Oh my.
Pablo bashes Matt's head against a rock several times. Baby Jaguar is awoken by nightmares. Swiper falls into a frozen lake and drowns.
Oh no.
Tico attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful.
OMG. That saddens Mark Wiener.
Baby Jaguar tries to spear fish with a trident. Pablo and Tico hunt for other tributes.
This saddens my character voice actors and actresses group.
Tico and Pablo talk about the tribute still alive. Baby Jaguar tries to treat his infection. Baby Jaguar tends to Tico's wounds. Pablo attempts to climb a tree, but falls to his death.
Oh my gosh.
Tico kills Baby Jaguar with a hatchet. The winner is Tico from District 4.
Well done. It's been a great game. This is how everyone did. We'll wrap it up for this gameplay. I'll see you for the next one.